The enduring power of political dynasties, the kind that can hold entire nations in their grasp for decades, was often solidified by a singular, overarching goal, a relentless pursuit and maintenance of power that, when we truly examine its origins, was fundamentally never legal. It's a paradox. Systems that become entrenched and widely accepted, yet at their core, violate the very spirit of fair governance. What exactly is this defining goal? It's not just winning an election. It's about establishing a familial grip on public office, an almost inherited right to rule. We've seen these narratives play out in various forms, from local barangay councils to national presidencies. These dynasties aren't accidental. They are meticulously constructed, often through careful cultivation of influence, resources, and even loyalty. The goal is simple: ensure that power stays within the family, passed down like an heirloom, regardless of what that means for the broader population. The public welfare in these cases often takes a back seat to private familial interests. The never legal part isn't necessarily about outright breaking existing statutes, though that happens, but about creating a system where the rules themselves are rigged. Imagine a game where one team controls not just the ball, but also the referee, the rule book, and even the stadium. That's the dynamic we're talking about. This isn't some abstract philosophical debate. It's a real-world legal battle taking place right now. Senator Lorraine Lagarde, for instance, has thrown her weight behind Senate Bill 1854, the Anti-Politicaldynasty Act of 2025, pushing for a definitive law that would explicitly prohibit these power monopolies. The proposed anti-political dynasty law just received its penultimate nod in the House, signaling a growing recognition that this generational hold on power is a fundamental flaw in democratic systems. But why is this considered never legal? It's because the public feels the strain. When power becomes a birthright, merit often takes a back seat. Resources that should serve the many are often redirected to benefit the few. This isn't just about abstract legal theory. It's about real people feeling unrepresented. Just recently, Capitan Representative Renee Louise Coe joined youth and activist groups in Cebu protesting precisely this, condemning how entrenched families prioritize personal interests over public welfare. They see the true cost: development stalled, opportunities denied, and a deep systemic inequality perpetuating itself across generations. You've likely seen similar patterns play out, even on a smaller scale, in your own communities. What do you think defines a political dynasty in your own experience? Or what impact have you seen it have? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Every perspective helps uncover the layers of this complex power game. How does something fundamentally illegitimate manage to persist, sometimes for centuries? Part of the answer lies in the very fabric of legal systems themselves. Laws can be slow to adapt. What was once accepted, or at least tolerated due to a lack of specific prohibition, can eventually be seen as an egregious violation of democratic principles. We see this in other areas too. The Brennan Center for Justice, for instance, has argued that lifetime tenure for Supreme Court justices, a long-standing tradition, has outlived its usefulness and presents its own set of problems. It's a similar idea. Practices that seemed legally sound at one point are now questioned for their long-term impact on fairness and accountability. This isn't about individuals breaking laws. It's about the very structure of power being deemed inherently problematic. It's a slow-moving recognition that a legal framework can still produce profoundly unjust outcomes. The struggle to dismantle these dynasties, to truly make their defining goal illegal, is a monumental one. It involves more than just passing a law. It requires a shift in public consciousness, a sustained outcry from citizens, and politicians brave enough to challenge the status quo from within. The legislative journey, even for a bill that gets a House nod, is often long and fraught with challenges. It's a battle against deeply entrenched interests, against a way of life that has benefited a select few for far too long. The question becomes, can a true democracy ever flourish when its roots are still tangled in these fundamentally illegal claims to power? The fight for truly legal, equitable governance is a constant one. If these deep dives into the mechanics of power and justice resonate with you, consider subscribing to Foul Play. It's how we keep these crucial conversations going. So, the goal that defines so many dynasties, that relentless drive to centralize and pass on power within a family, stands today at a critical crossroads. It was a goal achieved through means that, while sometimes technically permissible for a time, are increasingly recognized as antithetical to genuine public service and democratic principles. The movement to formally outlaw political dynasties isn't just about adding new rules. It's about correcting a historical injustice, about ensuring that the true legal foundation of power rests with the people, not with a select few families. The game is far from over, but the lines of what is truly legal and what is merely tolerated are being redrawn.